right, this is MJ Welch Auctioneer, auction number 143. For those of you who are new to us, we handle estates of deceased or downsizing, going to retirement homes from Palm Beach to Miami Beach, Florida, and bring it to our gallery in Tennessee. That's being said, I'll throw this in. If you know anybody that in the restaurant business, we do have some commercial equipment here, but that's not in the auction. But we'll talk to you if you're interested. And so you know too, you locals, my daughter always has a sidewalk sale, and I let her do it the weekends we have the auction. That being said, let's go on. I got a nice little love seat here. Moving over, I got this dining room table or kitchenette. Call it a kitchen table. It's a combination. It's inch thick glass, beveled. Got a little ding right there. Good sander would knock that out. Other than that, the chairs are really nice, but you can see they've been used. They're a little soiled. You'd have to clean them, put some cleaner on them. Got a little set of dishes here. Over here we got a coffee table that's custom made. It was from Peru, 1980s. I got this Indian style table. This is hammered brass. You can look up, it gives you a little information on the web. Got a couple of vintage tables there, glass top end tables. Let's move along over here. Beautiful bar, nice bar. And we have two of these bars, adjustable bar stools. For you to just have a small project, they were going to throw this out, and I said a lot of people have small projects, don't know what to do. Here's tile, looks like flooring, and this $1 million home we were in had boxes of wood left over. These are wood slats, and I said, let me sell them. That's a nicer size project. You got enough wood there for a small room. So we're going to sell that for them. This is a vintage decanter set. Bottles, gin, Scotch, vodka, and Red Stag, whatever that one is. There's a John Worthey oil and canvas, nice listed artist. Another love seat behind the bar. Let's move over here. This is a nice old chair, like brand new. I think, it vibrates. It's vibrating. I think it has a heater on it too. Let's go over here. This is a vintage, looks like Cherrywood bar. This is probably late 40s, early 50s fold out bar. Let me see here, where you can see the inside. This comes forward, I think, yeah. That goes back in there. And then this side for your wine bottles and whatnot. A little water damage down here, they spilled something. This is Nathan Yong. He is a renowned designer out of Singapore. This is a walnut desk. A designer desk. This also looks like it's, this is made for folks. Most of his work, it was not made in Singapore. Malaysia, I think, made a lot of this stuff. But this is a nice designer piece, 1950s Chinese folding chairs. They got 4 of them. Got a nice little vanity dresser with a matching stool. You can see there, that's a McCarthy print. That one's numbered 2 something of 1,000, 1993. There's some Indian work carving on a folding stand. Got a couple beveled glass, wrought iron based coffee end tables. There's the coffee table. And a little sailboat. Let's see if I can. Here's a vintage heater. If you saw the picture, I had it lit up. It puts out really good heat. It's a nice little heater, especially in this kind of weather. Here's a nice little piece. It's got a storage trunk underneath here. You lift it up for storage. Comes with 2 pillows. There's a pair of boots, 9.5. Anybody wants boots? I got this vintage blanket chest. It is missing a piece here, so you know. And I do not have a key to that. We used a screwdriver and opened it up. But you may be able to get a key. Over here, this is, I'll show you more. This is Ethan Allen. I think it's plantation style canopy bed. Cherrywood. And there's a nightstand over there. There you go. Okay. But that's a nice set. This is all hand carved. This is vintage. That's all hand carved. Now this one I'm missing a little pane, glass pane to go there. And also this one is missing one of these strips right there. So you can, but still this is vintage, hand carved, just like this tea table. This is a Chinese tea table. And with the warriors, you got the Chinese warriors scene in there. So you may want to check that out. That's vintage, very nice. That's in good condition too, so you keep an eye on that. Let's go back over here. There's that coffee table. It's hard to show up a glass coffee table and end tables. Some dishes there. Here's a nice chair. I wish I had 2 of those. Here's a probably 1950s box bamboo shelf, wall shelf, and console table. And these are, there's different levels of jade. This is one of the lower levels of jade. And I forgot how to pronounce it, but it's XIU jade. But those are carved, hand carved. So you know, and this is like an incense burner is what it is. Okay. I don't know if this one no, that one doesn't come up. Cloisonne, this is, we represented in the state a few months back. She was 92 years old, Chinese lady. Had a lot of stuff that he brought over. She didn't even speak English. I had to speak to her son. We sold her estate, and there's a nice, that's Cinnabar and Cloisonne. That's really nice. But anyway, this couple, little Art Deco print. The husband somehow, I forgot, sold alcohol, wine, spirits, and so forth. That's why we have that in the auction. I'll show you. This is a paper shredder, do up to 17 sheets. That's about $350 paper shredder. And these are Henry Dunn 2 cabinets, vintage pieces. They probably cost about 12 grand a piece new, but that's neither here nor there. A lot of cobalt. If you like cobalt blue, this gentleman died. He loved cobalt. I'll just run you through here, and all these wine glasses back here, that's one number. There's a Yadro nail. There's a deco piece, probably 1940s, cruet set. And this is the irony of this. We usually have the punch bowl, but the ladle is always broke because it's glass. One here, I got the ladle and the glass is no punch bowl. So that's a nice little set. This little set we advertised. One of these is cracked. I don't see it here, but oh, there it is right there. Cracked. And also apparently were missing one, and he stuck this in. That's a mismatch, but it served the purpose. And okay, and there's the decanter, kind of the same way. Those were, I think, Cambridge made those. And there's a vintage straw holder back there. It's a picture vase. These are older pieces. That's a measuring cup back there in Cobalt. So if you like Cobalt, we got it. And when I go back, I may get some more Cobalt. Let me take you while I'm here to this cabinet. Everybody likes multicolor glasses, Mosher, and those kind of things. There's a decanter, that's a Lalique. There's some more martini glasses. There's a limited edition Panda Bear decanter. I taped this on because the cork is broke. You can put a new cork in it. There's another jade piece. This is, I can't call it ivory. It looks like ivory. And then they filled it with a resin to do the carving. This is a vintage decanter set with bottoms up glasses. Those are called bottoms up. Those are French. They'll fit actually inside of each other. We got 6 cups and saucers. We got that. I think that's Royal Albert. Everybody likes that pattern. There's the vintage platter. And we have this box down there, probably 12 plate set. Okay, there's a nice bronze and marble vintage table right there. That's French bronze. It's got the feet. Now this one is missing a finial right there. And let me go over here, even though I'm moving fast. I'm going to show you. There's the other table. And that's what's missing on that one table. Should be able to find those somewhere. Okay, and this, even though it's not marked, looks like a Tommy Bahama. I know they made this like this, so I'm assuming this is Tommy Bahama. Look at the work on that sucker. And the chairs, everything in excellent condition. The only thing is the center leaf looks like it had, in storage, had a little water damage on the one, but it doesn't look that bad. We have the china here. Okay, let me go around here. Oh, this tea table has like 4 or 5 of these little stools. I think there's 4. This is rose quartz. Okay, and they got a stepping stool for your bed to get in your bed. This is a nice wardrobe. Like I said, this is Ethan Allen furniture, so you know it's well made and very heavy. Nicely done. This rug, they paid a fortune for this, I know. This is handmade. Every little section was pieced together. This comes from New Zealand. It came from a $1.5 million home who had a lot of designer stuff. That desk, that Nathan Young desk. And also we have the Eames table. And Herman's brother, Evan, we have one of his designer chairs in this auction. I got a corner cabinet. And there's another J piece. There's Cloisonne. There's Cloisonne, those 3 together. Little onyx bear. You got 2 bonsai trees. These are usually come in jade. These are not. This is the best piece, is this old dish. Look at that. I think in the web, I tell you what that dish is. And here we have like barrister's bookcase, lawyer bookcase. The vintage ones come in sections. That would have been 4 sections. This is a one-piece cabinet. Even though you have 4 sections, they don't stack. And I'm sorry to say I can't mention this video. This artist, they're ranged between $3,000 and $5,000 for this particular painting. These are like stone. They're very heavy, cut out of stone. I don't know the stone, but that's what they are. And these are the 3 guys. This is a nice piece here, the dragon vase. Okay. And you got these, look like teak wood, Chinese pedestals. Of course, the blue. Stickley furniture. Oh my God, this is nice a set. Look at these chairs. And the rush seats, they're all in pristine condition. The only flaw in the top is a couple little things in it, but it was used. And this leaf pulls out. This leaf here pulls out. It takes 2 hands, but you pull it out, and then you slip it back in, but they made a little notch in the wood, because they didn't take their time. They rushed it and chipped the wood. But that's the only thing wrong with it. If you, it's a great table. Let's see if this one, well, you can see it. I can't do it with one hand, that's all right. Okay, here you go. Here's a great, great old vase. Heavy, heavy crystal, means it's got a lot of lead in that sucker. The cut on that, and this is in pristine condition. You buy that in the store, you're gonna pay, oh God, 2.5, 3.25 maybe for it. So you get a chance to get a nice old vintage piece. All right, I'm gonna move on here. This looks like a 1940s mahogany, and then they did their thing to it. But that's a vintage dresser. See what I'm talking about? It's not my thing. I would have had them, but everybody has their own taste. Couple cameras, video cameras, binoculars. This little 5-light hanging light. I got this little chandelier hanging there. This little crystal chandelier back here. Oh, what a great job he did in Venezuela. Good God, I can't get over that. I don't want to get in politics. Oh, this is a Gucci. Nice little cap, brand new. It's a knockoff. This is a little cheese knife. This is a vintage tray. I'm not cleaning it. The people didn't leave it clean. You clean that, that's a nice piece. Footed tray. Vintage piece. If you like to bake, these are brand new. They sell for about $20, $25 a piece, I think. A new vanity light still in the box. I don't know if that's sterling. You have to look on the web. There's 2 ashtrays and a strainer, tea straining cup. Costume jewelry, cross pins, bag lot, sterling, vintage. This is a vintage cigarette case or humidor, you want to call it, or you could use it for whatever. And jewelry, this is sterling. This is $9.99, a silver bar, and I understand silver has gone about 70 bucks an ounce now. Whew. Here's a nice little vintage $9.80 sterling lapis. $9.80. And when's the last time you saw $9.80? And we have, there's another sterling headband. I think we got $9.80, $9.50, and $9.25. There's a Michael Kors watch there. I forget which one that one is. Okay. These are custom made. These come from Peru around 1980s, Cherrywood. Okay. And as this table, What a gorgeous, gorgeous, it's like they never sat in it. And these chairs, look at them. Those chairs must cost about $2.50 a piece or more. They're like brand new, but this is a custom-made table, chairs from Peru, and she said around 1980 is when they brought them. And I have another matching Cherrywood. This is custom-made on wheels. Nice little piece here. The door opens up. It's a good roll around. How can I mess? This is Sevres. If you like French crystal, that's Sevres. I got a pair of these horses. They're right there. I know they paid a lot for those. Okay, let me go back over here and see what we got. Oh, you guys, it's not expensive. For your little workshop, a little saw clock, a couple lamps, this intricately cut marble, and a table. These are cool. These are Cloisonne. This is a record made on Man on the Moon, 45 record. Interested in, this is Bing Crosby's life history. Comes, well, you have to look on the web. I don't know if it's got, I think records in there, a lot of stuff, pedestals. These are rosewood pedestals, again from Peru. And there's another one. This is Ethan Allen nightstand, Ethan Allen bed. And this was the wardrobe. This is two-piece for transportation. This top sits on the bottom. So a lot of people want to know how heavy or how to move it or whatever. And those holes back there are for if you pull the shelves out and put a TV in it. Okay, this is also a custom-made piece from Peru, Cherrywood buffet. The only thing we saw was they dented it with two little pieces, but the rest of it is really, really nice. Let me see if I can open it up. And of course, because of the video, I can't. Here we go. See all the drawers? It's like it wasn't used other than those old dings on it. And this side's, and it's got a little latch right here so you can lock it. Okay. Got two of these lamps. This is an accessory piece just put on there, but we left it. You'll have to look this stuff up. This is Daum. If you're familiar with Daum, Nancy of France, this is Daum. Okay. And this is a vintage piece. Now, this is, the Chinese people had this, and I looked at it and I said, what's rare about this is that chopped seal. They used that back in the 16th, 17th century. But they did use one later. This one I had interpreted as certified authenticity or something like this. And there's another, that's the Sailboat, and this one is the Heron. Those are both Daum. What else have we got in here? I'm going to take you in the other room. There's a vintage magazine stand. The trouble is, it's got a little damage. It's been glued on top, and I don't know what, it kind of needs a stain, a wood stain on that. But that's a nice vintage piece. And here's a nice, this is heavy. This is a TV stand. This is separate from the TV, but two different places. But that's if you want something in the modern, that's a modern TV stand. This is Judaic. This is a very nice, it's signed, it's litho. It's number 4/100, and it tells you the writing. I tell you on the web what it's actually saying. And there's another litho, and Lisa Brown. That's, what else we got? These prints, these are kind of deco bar prints. And of course I have my Tattinger poster, 1930s Tattinger poster, linen back. They got these old chairs. People always looking for these twin 10-foot ladders. We got one in here. Got some designer stuff. Purses, belt. There's a fur coat, mink. These were big back in the 40s and 50s with the little minks. The fur hats, raccoon, whatever. A couple bottles of wine there. This is, had a case of this, a case of that we're selling. I got an air tape print. This piece, I actually looked this piece up and I found it. It was sold at a Laguna, California gallery in 1999 for $10,000. So you can look at that one. Info's on there, another deco print. These chairs are from Peru. They're all hand carved, leather seats. The workmanship is just unbelievable. I didn't show you the gold mirror, gold frame mirror we got, and a Venetian mirror. That was sold, and she didn't want to pay the freight bill to ship it to California, so she asked me to go ahead and sell it. We got this wheelchair we're going to sell. This is called the Box, and again, I'm sorry, you have to look at the artist. It's a listed artist. You'll find it. It's no problem. I got this old vintage Italian frame that's brought from Italy. We just have a frame. You can put a mirror in it or picture. These are brand new copper pots. If you're in designer, this is Eames. Eames tables. This one is in pristine condition. This one has, looks like they used it a little bit, got a little wear on it. No chips, no dents, nothing like that. But I'm looking at the color. They must have had something on it to give it a little stain. But both of these are Eames chairs. They got an old rocker. Here's another ladder back. Herman Eames, I think it's Herman Miller Eames. This is his brother Evan. They did work together, so I have an Evan chair too. And I think that's about it. I got a lot of phone calls. I got some very nice furniture, 1920s bedroom suit I may have. Excellent pattern. I think you'll like it. And hopefully I got this artwork coming. I don't want to tell you too much. But I think the next auction is going to be another good auction like this one. I wanted to show you, if you got any small projects, again, this is marble. Window seals, little tabletop. It's easy to cut, but anyway, I wanted to share you. Thank you. Enjoy the auction.